While the president's in Atlanta, what do you expect his message to be on voting rights in particular? And given that the situation in the Senate remains virtually unchanged when he spoke about this issue in Atlanta last year, is he considering any additional executive action on this issue?
Well, the president has been very clear that we need Congress to act. He's asked for Congress to codify the John Lewis Voting Rights Act and also the additional Voting Rights Act that's pending before Congress. That's the Freedom to Vote Act. So the president has been very clear that voting, the right to vote, the access to vote is a core component of our democracy, and he's going to continue to push for that.
Including on Sunday at the church?
The president will speak on a number of issues at the church, including how important it is that we have access to our democracy. And you can't come to Atlanta and not acknowledge the role that the civil rights movement and Dr. King played and where we are in the history of our country. But we still have to push forward. We still have more work to do.
And just one other thing, do you expect him to have any engagement with the King family while he's down there?
We do expect that. I know on previous Sundays, previous King Day services, and many Sundays prior to the pandemic, Dr. King's sister in particular is often at the service. I don't know if she will be there this Sunday. And we also expect other members of the King family to be there as well.
In regards to the voting rights, last time around this time when President Biden went to Atlanta, some of the civil rights groups and voting rights groups skipped the speech out of concern that the White House wasn't doing enough to push this issue. Aside from wanting Congress to do more, what is the message to those who feel the White House is not doing enough?
Well, as I've been in this role as senior advisor to the president since June of last year, we have engaged with civil rights leaders. He's had them at the White House in a round table. I'm in constant contact with them. And I think that it's very clear that the president is doing everything that he can in his executive power to lean in on voting rights. But we need Congress to do more. This is important. If you've come through the East Wing, you've seen the pictures of Dr. King meeting with Lyndon Johnson, meeting with other civil rights leaders, hashing out voting rights in the White House. And so the fact that we are still here talking about this in 2023, I think really speaks to the fact that we need action. We need that action from Congress. The president has done and will continue to do all that he can do in his executive powers, but there's only so much that he can do. We need Congress to act.
Is the feeling then that he has exhausted what he can do, his powers from the White House, his executive powers?
Well, if there is more that he can do, we welcome those suggestions. But as I stand here today, it's my understanding that we have done all that we can do from the executive branch. Now we need Congress to act.
Yes, thank you.